What's up YouTube? My name's Kenneth. Today I'm going to show you a solve I did on my Professor Pyraminx. Usually when I show you guys a solve I did on one of my puzzles, I take between 3 and 10 takes and then I show you the very best one. Not so today. Today I only took one take of the Professor Pyraminx and it wasn't that great, but it wasn't that bad. So don't expect too much. So here we go. So the way I solve a Professor Pyraminx is I use a reduction method I came up with, and basically I reduce the Professor Pyraminx down to a Jinx Pyraminx, which isn't too hard to solve. So the first step is I solve the centers together, and it's actually not very difficult. It's mainly intuition, and there's no real moves I had to memorize to get this done. So it's actually very easy. In fact, the centers here are done now, and now I move to the edges. With the edges, I break the edges up. We have the very cap pieces on the ends. Then if you go in, you have the outer edges, I'm calling them, and then you go in another one and you have the inner edges, and then right in the middle is the center edge piece. Now my first step is I match all the inner edges first. Now this takes me a while here, mainly because I'm not very good at looking for the pieces I need. Now this is something that with some practice I would improve very rapidly. Matching up these inner edges is not that difficult. It's kind of like matching the edges up on a 4x4. As you can see, I'm spending a lot of time looking for pieces. So there we go, all of the inner edge pieces have been matched up. The next thing I do is I move on to the center edge piece, and once you match the center edge piece with the two inner edge pieces, you then have the middle three edge pieces all lined up together. Now the center edge piece is the piece that gives me the most trouble, and every once in a while I run into a parity where the very last two center edge pieces need to switch, and it's a huge pain to switch those two edge pieces, and it takes me almost 100 moves, and it really throws a wrench into the solve, and luckily in this case I did not have that parity. So now the center edges are done. I think I'm looking just to check to make sure, and sure enough all the center edges are done, and I'm moving out to the outer edges. Now the outer edges are pretty easy to solve. I use just basic block building techniques to solve the outer edges. It reminded me a lot of solving the mosaic cube. This is another part of the solve that with some practice I could really speed up. I'm spending a lot of time looking for pieces. As I'm coming to the end of the outer edge pieces, all that will be left to reduce the puzzle to a Jinx Pyraminx is these outer cap pieces. So right now I'm solving the outer cap pieces, and they're pretty easy to solve. I'll let you guys figure out how to do that yourself. So now we have a Jinx Pyraminx, and solving a Jinx Pyraminx is pretty easy. A Jinx Pyraminx is just a Scube mod, and the way I solve it is, it's kind of funny, is I always like to solve a side first, and I like red, so I solve the red side first. And for some reason, when you solve one side with a Jinx Pyraminx, you will come up with one of two possibilities. Either one, the puzzle will be solved, or two, the puzzle will not be solved. And if the puzzle isn't solved, like right now, the red is done, but the puzzle is not solved, what I do is I choose another color. So this time I'll do yellow, and I'll solve yellow. And for some reason, the second time, the second side you solve will always solve the whole puzzle, and I don't know why that is. So here I am solving the yellow side, and there we go, the puzzle's solved. So I solved that in 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Now I didn't go on YouTube to see how everyone else did, so I don't know how that really compares. I do know I could probably do that twice as fast had I practiced a little bit more, and I'm sure the fastest in the world can probably do it in about a minute. So thanks guys for watching. I do appreciate your comments and your likes. The next video will come out next weekend, so stay tuned for that. Thanks guys for watching, and of course, have a great day.